A 1-2 punch from Mother Nature. Hurricane Maria tearing up the Caribbean and Hurricane Jose churning up the East Coast and creating flooding along the Outer Banks. Hi everyone, good evening. I'm Steve Daniels.
And I'm Tisha Powell. Hurricane Maria now proving deadly. At least one person has died on the French Caribbean island of Guadeloupe after being hit by a falling tree. The Category 5 storm smashed into the island of Dominica with 160-mile-per-hour winds, ripping the roof off of the Prime Minister's house and causing what he called mind-boggling devastation.
And now the storm is on track to really wallop Puerto Rico tonight and tomorrow. Residents are busy boarding up windows, getting ready to hunker down. The governor saying Maria is going to impact Puerto Rico with force and violence they haven't seen for generations.
Meanwhile, Hurricane Jose whipping winds and sand along the Outer Banks, the Northeast now bracing for impact. We'll head to the coast in just a minute, but first, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Chris Homan, who's busy tracking both hurricanes in the First Alert Raleigh Storm Center tonight. Chris?
All right, Tisha. Yeah, it has been a very active season, obviously, and no signs of it slowing down. Let's talk about Jose holding on now. 12 days as a hurricane. That's the longest lived hurricane since Francis in 1980. So it's really hanging on there. It's barely a hurricane, though. Winds at 75 miles per hour. You see it's beginning to loosen its grip a little bit on the Outer Banks, but as Angelica Alvarez will show you, it's still a little bit rough there, especially the seas. They'll get better. Winds at 75, moving north-northeast at 8. Forecast to get up into some cooler waters here, and the track really hasn't changed. Becomes a tropical storm, then a non-tropical low, but even by Sunday, it's sitting off the coast of the Northeast. Again, the impacts on our coast will get lessened, but it's still going to remain pretty rough sea-wise. And once things start to settle down, Maria may be entering the picture in the Atlantic waters. And what a storm this is. Again, another monster storm with the eye wall, the eye there, 10 miles in diameter, very tiny eye, sign of a very intense hurricane. The winds at 165 miles per hour, right around the eye wall, not in a very large area. And the hurricane force winds don't extend all that far, but still, it looks like it's going to slam into Puerto Rico later tonight, after midnight and the morning hours tomorrow, as a powerful Category 5. Probably catastrophic for the island there. The last time they had a Category 5 hurricane, it's been nearly 100 years. Doesn't happen often anywhere, especially down there, and really anywhere. Category 5 hurricanes making a direct hit are not that common, but this year it seems to be the exception. Where does it go after that? Brushes past the southeastern Bahamas. The official track then takes it more northward by Sunday, weakening it into a Category 2 hurricane. It's much more manageable, still destructive, but not nearly as bad as a 3 or a 4. And then does it keep going north, or does it bend back to the west? Too soon to say, but computer models are optimistic that it keeps it to the east of us, between the Outer Banks and Bermuda. But this is a week away. Many things can change. Depends on what Jose's doing. If it's still there, if it is, it'll kind of pull it northward. If it's not, or it dissipates, it may bend back towards the northwest. But right now, signs are encouraging. It stays off the coast, but still many days to watch it. Probably won't have a really good idea until the end of the week. We'll talk about our dry weather if we see any showers coming our way coming up. Steve?
Okay, Chris, we'll see you soon. Thanks.